Okay, welcome to this. So, Arch Linux. It's a really good Linux distro. Well, not anymore with the whole malicious packages being uploaded to the AUR thing, but we're setting that aside for now. Arch is a really good distribution, in my opinion. But I want to go back to where it all started. Oh, wait, I already did that. How can we one-up from that? Oh, you! Arch 0.1! Oh, you! Arch 0.1! So yeah, we're installing Arch 0.1 on this Dell Dimension 3100. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, let's turn the computer on and put the disk in properly. Now we can set the input on our monitor to VGA. And we're in the boot menu, so let's boot off the CD-ROM. I hope I didn't break it with all those throwing attempts. Yeah, I broke it. Alright, I'm reburning this disk. Be right back. Alright, I've done what I could. This doesn't appear to be very good. And it failed down here. It couldn't verify. I might just have to try with a different DVD drive, but let's reboot the system and try this again. Dang it. It's not even spinning up. Let me try something. I have a USB CD drive. Let me try hooking this guy up. USB. It's like the boot device not available. Alright, let me try something. Go into here. Go drives. Off. Now we try again. Dang it. So I'm just gonna try booting back into Windows XP and writing the disk again with this new writer. I want Windows XP Professional. Alright, let's try this again. Let's go into Start, Image Burn, Write Image File. Busy? What do you mean busy? Stop being busy! Oh, it's ready. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright, that's done. No noise, unfortunately, but whatever. Let's, yeah, that looks a whole lot better. That looks more like Arch 0.1. It even says it in the volume label. So, I'm gonna give this guy a reboot, go into the boot menu, and boot off the CD-ROM. Okay, Lilo, 22.2 boot. That's what I wanted to see. I think I just leave this blank. Loading Arch, alright. Oh. HDE. Is it frozen? Let me check for disk activity. No, it's gone completely dark. And the drive has stopped spinning. Alright, let me give this guy a reboot. Okay, but this time I'm gonna go into the system setup. Drives. SATA 0. Yeah, on. Does it give me an option to have, like, IDE compatibility mode? Let me have a look. Well, I mean, it detected it. That is my disk drive. Alright, 1 second. Let me troubleshoot. Devices to war. Alright, so I've done some research and I'm gonna try adding a boot prep. Oh yeah, I forgot Control-Alt-Delete doesn't work. Alright, Lilo 22.2 boot. So, it's IDE equals no DMA. No such image. Tab shows a list. Loading Arch. Okay. And my microphone audio just died right here, but it froze again, so I generated a stack dump to hopefully troubleshoot this further. Alright, so it keeps crashing here. This is a stack dump that I manually generated using Alt and scroll lock twice. I think it only shows that once, so that's why it's not showing up here. But anyway, I'm going to try a few kernel parameters. I'm going to try troubleshooting. I think this machine might just be too new for Arch 0.1. So, I'm going to get to troubleshooting. Alright, so we got further, but it's not finding the root. I think it's to do with this USB DVD drive. So I'm going to try the internal one. What's happening? L01, 01, 01, 01, 01, 0. Alright, I'm editing right now. I lost a lot of footage, but here's what I tried. So I'm going to boot off the CD, and it should give me the boot prompt. Press any key to boot. Wait, what? Why do I have this? Alright, I actually put in the right disk, and now we're on the Lilo boot menu. So I ran arch HDE equals no probe. Enter. And it appears to be working. Yep. Mounted root, version 2.04 booting. Booting Arch Linux 0.1, yeah. So I just did the no probe, and I used the internal drive because the internal writer doesn't appear to work. So I used this drive to write it and that drive to read it. It's a little bit of a mess, but it works. If we log in as root, we can see that in fdisk-l, there is nothing. No disks are detected. So I used a different computer. I used this Acer Aspire 1 here that has actually been featured in a previous video. You can see that video up in the iCard if I remember to put it in there. But this is the Acer Aspire 1 ZG5. This has an Intel Atom N270, 1GB of RAM, a 16GB SSD that is connected with IDE, so it can see it. So, that's all the catch-up you need. You're all back up to speed on what I've done. Back to the video. Alright, so we're getting further on the Acer, but it's failing to find the root. The root is here on the USB DVD drive, the same USB DVD drive that I was having problems with on the Dell. So, I'm going to try and find out some way I can put the root on maybe the internal drive, now that I think about it. Like, see, here's what happens. Oh, crap, I can't Control-Alt-Delete. So here's what happens. It attempts to boot. Yeah, Lilo, I don't care. I'm just gonna hit it. Loading Arch. It then does a partition check. And the kernel panics because it's failing to detect the CD-ROM drive. So, I'm gonna see if I can get the root onto the internal drive. Be right back. Alright, so as you saw in that last clip, that didn't work. I need the rootfs to be off the DVD. And I'm gonna say, troubleshooting this is absolutely unbearable, especially in this heat. Yes, it's really hot. So hot that I brought an ice cube up here to demonstrate how hot it is. This is a Highland Q ice cube. Or at least it's supposed to be. You can't really see it through the bag. So I'm just gonna put that right there. Alright, editor. I know this is gonna take much longer to edit, but can we bring up the fancy graphic? So Arch 0.1 is looking for a rootfs on the DVD, but it's not seeing any DVD drive, even though it's right there. So it just comes out with nothing, and it fails to boot. So my idea is to move the rootfs off of the DVD and onto the hard drive. So then we use the DVD as a bootloader to boot the Arch 0.1 kernel, and then the kernel is pointed to the hard drive, and then we can install it on another partition on the hard drive. I hope you're still with me. So anyway, let's get that copied over. I want to boot from the USB hard drive. Alright, gparted, let's just boot. default. Okay, that looks like some pretty catastrophic errors. Unable to enumerate USB device. That doesn't sound good. Sector error. Oh gosh. Oh, crap. Oh crap. It's spilled. It's spilling. Why didn't I close it? I'm such an idiot. Alright, yeah, that's good. That was close. Alright, and the time it's taken for us to get pretty much nowhere, the ice has almost completely melted. That is liquid water at the bottom. I'm gonna keep that around. But we're at a TTY, so now we can do a lot more stuff. Alright, the DVD drive should have initialized by now. We can now do LSBLK, and there is SR0. So now we need CF disk. Error opening terminal unknown. That is not good. Oh, do you know what? Could probably just use fdisk. fdisk/dev/sda. I need to make an O and N. Oh, we need a primary partition. 1 size. Can I do like 50%? Okay, size. I'm just gonna go 5 gigabytes. Alright, well I did it. So if I go LSBLK, we have 2 partitions. One of them's 5 gigabytes and one of them's 10 gigabytes. So now we need to format them. Alright, day 2. My setup is a mess, but I really don't care. So yesterday, or rather 2 days ago, I didn't do anything yesterday, we made these 2 partitions. Now I need to format them. So I need to make, is it make riserfs? Yeah, make riserfs /dev/sda1. You should reboot after fdisk. I already have. Yes. Initializing journal, okay. Alright, riserfs is successfully created on SDA1. Now we need to do SDA2. Yes. Alright, that's done. Now we plug the DVD drive in. Then we go LSBLK again. Yep, there we go. PTKCDVD0. Now we make dir/mnt/hdd and mnt/dvd. Mount/mnt/dvd/dev/sr0. Can't look up block dev. Crap. Alright, we're mounting it. I did mount dev pkt-dvd0 to mnt-dvd. So now we just wait for it to mount. I apparently mounted the wrong thing. Oops. Oh, crap, it's frozen. Alright, we're back. So now let's try mounting. Oh yeah, I need to recreate the directories. Mount/dev/sr0/mnt/dvd. That's better. Warning, source write protected, mounted read only. That is fine. And then now we mount /dev/sda1 to /mnt/hdd. Now what do we do? Alright, to know what to do next, I need to go to the DVD. Okay, so it's literally just a bin boot dev ls arch. Okay then. So now I think we just cp-av /dot and to mnt hdd. Wait, no, that's not right. Why is user hidden? No, I don't think I ran the right command. Can I interrupt this? Yeah, there, I interrupted it. I'm gonna remake that. Alright, I formatted the drive and now we're running the copy again with a different command. Let's see if this works. Alright, that's done. So now, I think we just reboot. Alright, so now we boot from the DVD. So now we need to go arch root equals /dev/hdc1. Loading. Let's go! So, login as root, begin installation. Root. No mail. We're in. Now, how do I install this? Alright, first thing we do is we make riser fs/dev/hdc2. Attention, you should reboot after fdisk. Yes, just do it. Alright, that's done. Now what do? We need to mount it. So we go mount /dev/hdc2 mnt. Alright, riser fs version 3.6.25. Perfect. So now we go make dir-p var lib pacman. Alright, now we touch, I can't spell, touch /mnt var lib pacman pacman.db. Alright, now we cd arch, and then we install world to mnt. Alright, initializing. Alright, we're installing everything. Alright, it's done. What do we do now? pacman-a-r/mnt/arch package file system. That one. Cannot extract user share man is a directory. Alright, next up we make dir-p user source mnt. Now we cd into it and extract Linux. There. And now we're extracting. Alright, I just finished extracting. That took forever. So now we mount -t proc to mnt proc. We also do the same thing to dev. Now we arch, no, not arch to root, just to root /mnt bin bash. And we're in. Alright, now we're in the root. Now we can do cd user source Linux and run make menu config. There we are. So now we go into code maturity level options, prompt for development. Huh? Oh, okay. I have no idea why that didn't work. So now we exit file systems and then tick riserfs support /dev file system support experimental. There. Automatically mount at boot. And I think that's everything we need. Exit. Exit. Yes, I wish to save my new kernel configuration. Now we need to run make dep. And it's making, so I'll let that do its thing. Alright, we have made dep. Now I need to make bz image and make modules. And we also need to make modules install. Boom. So now, this might take a while, so I'll just let this do its thing. Alright, I compiled everything. Now what? We need to cp arch /what? i386 boot bz image 2/boot/vm linux. Now we need to cp system.map/boot. Okay, install the bootloader. So we need to vi/etc/lilo.conf. Insert Okay, I don't need to modify the config. It's already on disk 2. Lilo. Crap, I have caps lock. There we are. Added arch. So now we vim vi/etc/f stab. We need to go dev visor fs root. What the flip? What have I done? Okay, vim kill. What is it printing? Kill -9 6168. Alright, we're just on another TTY. Vim is completely frozen. What the? Alright, I'm just gonna ignore it. Vim F stab. Now we write that, change the root password. There we are. Now we exit. And we reboot. Alright, let's see if this works. Lilo boot menu, boot Arch. Okay, booting Arch Linux 0.1. Let's see if this works. Yeah, let's go! My host login. So the password is... Alright, we're in. This is Arch Linux 0.1 on real hardware. So, what can we do with this? I'm not installing X11, mainly because I don't have the time to, but I'm going to go and find a fetch script. Yup, we've done it. Arch Linux on kernel 2.4.18. We have installed Arch Linux 0.1 on real hardware. Yeah, it's a video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to my Patreon members, Kshishtoff, Anonymous, Element TNT333, Owen Tech VMs, Alligator Loud Significance 988, Alpine Jessica, Quantico Local, Big Swollman 78, Faris Emad, Kalsum, Chris the Silly, Muhud Niner, and Alex Tech for your support to the channel. Like, subscribe, do the normal internet things, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be.